everyone, and welcome back to another video on Nevaeh's Voice. It has been so long, so I'm going to give you guys a quick recap on the last video. So on the last video, I had mentioned that Vaeh had to get had to get a lot of tests done on her brain. She had a CAT scan, and her brain was protruding from her eyes and the back of her neck. And the doctors had to run another test after she got off her meds just to make sure she was brain dead for their own documentations and stuff. So my wife and I have made the decision to make Vaeh a organ donor. We didn't know at the time what organs she could and couldn't donate for sure, because they didn't know exactly how damaged her organs were until they got in there. But we decided to make her an organ donor anyway. I'd be losing my daughter, but I wouldn't want someone else to be losing their child, and going through what I go through, and my baby could save their baby. And we were told that any organs that they saved, they were going to be going to children, because at the time Vaeh was only 5 years old. So we thought that was great. We did that. We did the paperwork. They put the organ donation band on Vaeh's leg. So after that, my wife and I decided on July 5th, 2018, that we would go to Vaeh's facility to pack up all her clothes, because I didn't really want to go to her facility right after Vaeh passed, or even days later. I just didn't want to experience that and feel that. So I decided, you know what, while she's still here, it makes it a little bit easier to clean up her stuff, let's go now. So that's what we did. And while we were out, once we came back, the nurses, they're so sweet, they made a little memorance box for us. They took her handprint, her footprint with that little clay thing. They cut out some of her hair, put it in a little net, and then tied it in a bow. They took part of her heartbeat, put it in a little glass jar for us, and there was a cute little teddy bear in there. It was really just sweet, simple gesture that would mean a lot to parents who are losing their child. So on July 5th, my wife and I, we had stayed the night. We did call the family and let them know what was going on, and that tomorrow was going to be Vaeh's last day here on this earth, and they were going to have to come say their goodbye. But before that happened, we decided to pick up our son so he could see Vaeh for the last time. We did not tell him that she was passing. We just told him he's gonna go visit his sister, and that visit was great. We got really good pictures, really cute pictures of him and his sister. So that night, like I said, my wife and I stayed the night. I didn't want to leave, so we stayed the night, and we woke up to the next morning. There were, this organ donation team was sitting on the floor outside of her door. They occupied a whole nother room to do all their paperwork. It was just crazy, but I was feeling so grateful at that moment that people were working so hard to try to save somebody else's child or family member, however you want to put it. So my family, July 6, 2018, my family had came down to the hospital. We all said our goodbyes. Branson was at the babysitter's at our friend's house at the time. We were all saying our goodbyes, and when it was time to take Vaeh down, I can't describe the feeling I was feeling walking down this hallway. And when I tell you guys, this hallway was like the hallways you see on movies, that's just so long. It's so dreading. It's just is this hallway ever gonna end? Is this nightmare gonna just stop? Because this hallway was just ridiculously long. So once we got in Vaeh's little room, my mom and my dad were down there. My brother was down there, my wife, and obviously me. My brother's wife she didn't want to see all that, so I didn't even blame her for not wanting to be there. So once they brought Vaeh into the room, my wife and I had picked out some songs we wanted to sing or listen to for Vaeh's final moments. We played the song Everybody Gave Vaeh Love, and was just rubbing on her, touching on her, kissing on her, hugging her. And during this time, they did unplug Vaeh, and we just slowly watched Vaeh just pass away. That by far was the hardest thing I've ever had to do, was not only just watch my daughter pass, but having to plan the day my daughter passed. You can't, until you go through that, you cannot imagine what it's like to plan your child's death. Yes, it is one thing to have it so sprung on against you, you're thinking everything's fine through life, and then boom, you know. But it's another thing when you're like, okay, on this day, this is the day my child is gonna pass. That was so freaking hard. But as her mom, you know, I had to do what I needed to do, and I needed to push those down and just enjoy those moments with her, and I did. And you know, I don't ever regret the way I did things with Vea when she was taking her last breaths on this earth. So that is the day that Vea passed, July 6, 2018, which, if you all know, today is July 6th, and it marks 3 years since I lost my daughter. No, it's not easy. My depression is horrible. My anxiety is horrible. The things I have to deal with on a daily basis are things that normal parents don't think about because they're enjoying their children. And it was really hard to be around at first. It really was. But, you know, I have to battle that because I can't be like, hey, you don't love on your kid because I can't love on mine. Like, that makes me look absolutely ridiculous. It was just something I had to handle on my own. And it wasn't the first time I went through something similar with like that, with having to handle being a single mom on my own. So make sure you guys love on your children. Make sure you never stop loving your children for nobody. Show them all the love you can, because you never know. And the next thing you know, they're out the door, you know. So just love on them like it's their last day. Love on them like you're not going to regret this love you gave them tomorrow. Love on them like you have no questions of shoulda, coulda, woulda in your head. Because I tell you, that is the one thing that nobody has ever taken away from me, was the love I gave my daughter. No one can ever tell me I didn't love my daughter unconditionally. I've been told I'm a bad mom, I shouldn't be a mom. Like, I've been told everything. But the love I gave my daughter can never be replaced. So just make sure you guys just love on your kids and fuck everybody else. And also, real quick, because I know I'm like 7 minutes into this video, July 4th, 2020, I lost my mom. And that was 2 years and 2 days later after Vea had passed. And that was so hard because I didn't even get over Vea's death, you know. I didn't even cope with that. And then boom, my mom passed. And when I tell you guys, me and my mom were so close. I talked to my mom every day, whether it was text messaging, Facebook, it doesn't matter. I talked to my mom every day. So happy anniversary, Ma. I love you and I miss you so freaking much. I wish you were here all the time. And to my baby girl, you are my world. You still are my heartbeat. You still are my lifeline. And I miss you every single day. I love you more than life itself. And I know both of you guys are up there having a ball with each other. And I know you guys were so happy to see each other. But life is so hard without you guys. But I love you both. Tell Grandma I said hi. I miss you, Grandma. I love you, Grandma. Just a quick thing. My daughter was actually born on my grandma's birthday. Just had to put that out there. I think that's pretty cool. But anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. Sorry it's been so long. I will be better at doing this now that everything's a little bit more calm, cool, and collective in my life. But make sure you guys go check out my next video, or my next videos. Make sure you guys go check out my last videos, just in case you want to get caught up and know really what was going on here. Until then, I'll see you guys later. Bye.